gonna get this brisket ready now. I'm not gonna throw it on till probably 9 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock tonight. I like to do it really low overnight, about 195. Let it sit, come check on it, and kind of eyeball it. Once it looks like it's getting really good bark on it, then I'll take it out, wrap it up with some butcher paper, get it all set. But get all this fat off here, this nasty brown shit on the corner here too. Kind of grayish meat, arrogance to it or what that is, but get all that stuff cut off. Be afraid to just grab it and get in there. Like I mentioned earlier too, this is just a cheap little fish fillet knife I get at Walmart for out here. I can do a lot of fishing in the summer, spring and summer, and works pretty good. I just can't see myself spending like $100 on a knife that I could spend $5 on and then just sharpen it a lot. Seems to work just fine for me. Yeah, get all this big hunk of fat stuff cut off that's not going to render. Let's let you get into that point a little bit. I mean, I'm no bearded butcher, but I've done this a few times. Everybody has their own preferences though, so kind of get into that. Flip it over. All this loose, gross skin, I'll get into that too. They say 1/4 inch. It's all kind of a personal preference thing. Whatever you think looks good. I know guys that don't trim them at all. They just take them out, throw them in and cook them, but that I don't 100% agree with. Go. Big ass hunk right there. It's got to come off. All trimmed up. I take this corner here like this too, where all that huge hunk is. Pick a line like that. Just work right down it. Don't be afraid of cutting off a little corner of your brisket. You'll be all right. If you buy a 15-pounder, you ain't getting 15 pounds of meat anyway. So figure out you're gonna be trimming some of that off anyway. Just another good line. Just go straight down it. Get close. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be damn near close when it gets done cooking. I'll tell you that right now. Go. Just checked on the temperature again out there, and that thing's holding steady at 250. Those ribs on there, so. Plan is to cook those ribs until about 5 o'clock. It'll be 2 hours. Check on them. If they look like what I want them to look like, feel like they want to feel, I'm going to pull them off, wrap them up in some foil, do the old brown sugar, butter, honey trick, wrap them up, put them back on, let them go for close to an hour, but not quite a whole hour. Just keep checking on them and eyeballing them, and then once they're getting pretty tender, I don't like them overly done where people are like, man, they fell off the bone. I'm like, that's okay, but like you want to feel some texture when you bite into that too. You don't want it to just fall off the bone like a nasty piece of McRib you can go buy at McDonald's. You put all that time and effort into it. You want it to look good. You want it to be good. What the hell that is? A piece of string. But it's good. Little trick I was taught a long time ago, which a lot of people do, a lot of people don't, but you see the grains running this direction, you're not going to want to cut this way. You're going to want to cut it all the way across that flat this way. Just take that corner, make it flat, cut that hunk off, give it to your dog, whatever. But that way you know when you come to slice this brisket, you're slicing all the way across that like that until you get to this point section up here, and then you can change your direction once you get it to that point. So that's what I do. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on this. Get some rub on it too. Yeah. Oh, Holy shit. There we go, a little better. That's some serious thick shit. Flatten that edge up. Pretty good like that. But doing that, just trimmed off my piece. There we go. All right, what way with this? Piece did. All right. Sometimes when I cook brisket too, I'll separate the point from the flat, cook them separately, get a pretty good result that way. It also cooks way faster, so it depends on how much time you got. I'm not really under a time constraint on this, so it's gonna be going all night. Okay. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Just a slight separation there on that flat and that point. That way. Perfect, there we go. Let you guys see that. That way I know when I get to this point here, getting close to that part where this whole point will come right off. Pretty easy. I do more like the unbearded butcher because I can't grow a beard, but that's a different topic. There we go. Cool. Looks pretty good to me. That's how I trim them up. Nothing crazy. I don't overdo it. It's gonna be rendering down for a long time. And I'll eyeball it again real quick and see like this edge here. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm gonna come across it. But it's gonna cook so long, and I don't like the way that looks right now. It's gonna cook so long. I think everything will render down just fine. It looks pretty good there. Same rub from earlier. Coarse ground black pepper, kosher salt, chili powder, paprika. I do put a little bit of cayenne in there also, garlic powder, onion powder, all in certain amounts, so it comes out pretty flavorful and doesn't overpower everything. It does obviously have a lot of seasoning in it, but I don't know. We don't do like Texas people and only do salt and pepper, salt and pepper. Everything's like salt and pepper, salt and pepper. It's like, it's not that good. It's okay, but it doesn't add as much flavor to the meat when you do it like this. Just my opinion. But I don't have a restaurant. I cook for fun. But I do okay. There's a lot of different seasonings, but I'm not gonna like cake it on so thick that you know it's gonna overpower everything. I do get it on all edges. I know I kind of made fun of salt and pepper garlic people. I do that every once in a while too, but I just don't think it's as good as this. Just my humble opinion from the boy from the Midwest. No big deal. You get your butt all hurt. Annie's all in a bunch about it. Get this prepped and let it sit for about 6 hours in the fridge. And then throw it on, go to bed. I did have a little mishap with a pellet grill cooking overnight where it caught fire. Neighbor woke me up about 1 o'clock in the morning, pounding on the front door. I woke up, had no idea what was going on. I was like, who the hell is it? She's like, Ronnie, your smoker's on fire. Oh my God. And she was freaking out, and I'm in my underwear outside putting the fire out. Well, I ruined a $60 brisket. So anyway, that's another different story too. So here we go. Look at just like that. Let it sit for a little while. Come back and check on it. All right, this baby's been on since 10:30 last night. Right now it's 7:10 in the morning. Oh yeah, starting to look pretty good. Oh yeah, good crisp bark on it. That's what I want. Been going 195. I did get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and had to fill this up. It's getting pretty low, and it's not doing too bad now. So I'm gonna get this temperature check on here. Not bad, it's only 145-ish. It's in the point. About 142 there. I'm gonna turn this up now that I'm up. There we go. 250. Let that go till the inside gets to about 165, and then wrap it up. All right, so we turned this up to 250. It's at 266 right now, but turned it up 250 about 2 hours ago. Getting some good color on that point there. Started to get a little bit of separation right there too. Good color on it. Temperature check. Perfect, that's where I want it. So I'm gonna get this off of here, get it wrapped up. I'm gonna put it back on till it hits that magic number 203, or it probes nice and soft. Chilly out there. So I started this last night at, I guess it was 10:30, and it's really cold out. It's probably like 10 degrees outside. So I set my alarm to get up at 3 to check the how much charcoal and everything I had left. And good thing I did, because it's so cold out that set at 195, it was almost to the bottom. I had this a couple, maybe like a 3-inch layer of charcoal and wood that was pretty much already burning. So added a couple more chunks of wood, filled it back up with charcoal, and then got back up again about 7 o'clock, checked it again, and it was pretty low again. So I put a little bit more wood, more charcoal in, and now it's about 9 o'clock, and it's brought up to 170 degrees, looking pretty good temperature wise. Getting some good separation here. It was juicing already when I brought it out. I'm really liking the way the bark and separation is looking there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, throw it back on at 250. Just let it ride until it's done. Hopefully it'll come out really good. Get it all sliced up after it rests for a couple hours, and we will see. Go like this, that'd be better. Looks awesome. I was also taught really tuck it in tight. Get it wrapped on there and tuck it in tight on everything, so there's no gaps, no space. Always tuck under and tuck on top either. Very good. All right. See how it goes. Put it back on 250 until probe's really tender. like butter, hits around that 203-degree mark. Alright, so give you guys a quick overview of what just happened. When I pulled that brisket earlier to pull it out and wrap it, like I said, first brisket cook on that smoker specifically. I did not close the lid down, left it open, came in here, let a lot of air get into the firebox through the grill, and along that with all the drippings coming through here, when I got back in there, this whole thing was on fire and it was coming out of the sides of the manifold like this. So fire was coming out of the sides and it was like all on top of here too. Instead of messing with it and trying to get it put out, I did put it out obviously, but I went ahead and just shut the grill down, and I'm having to finish the brisket in the oven. It's almost ready. It's about noon now. Be ready in probably another hour. It'll hit like nice and tender when you poke it with the thermometer. But anyway, figured I should let you guys know, because if you are cooking on yours and you leave the lid open and you come inside for like 5 or so minutes and you're trying to do some prep and get it go back out there again, that's what could happen to you. So make sure you don't do that. I learned, I think every grill has a learning curve. Even the pellet smokers do. You gotta find your hot spots and all that shit. So anyway, that's what happened. Gonna get this all cleaned up, put it back in. I'm gonna make some poppers here in a little bit too. So figured I'd let y'all know. Here's a little easy appetizer you can make with jalapeno peppers, cream cheese, and bacon. Typically I put like some venison in there from something I've shot this year, but today we've got plenty of brisket going, so I'm not gonna do that. I always cut the ends off, flip them over, cut them in half long ways, and you can take the pulp and the seeds out, that way they're not super spicy, or leave them in if you like them that hot. My kids don't like them that hot, so I do them like this. About a length of cream cheese in there. Make sure it gets all the way to the edge. That's how I like to do it. Fill that whole little boat full of it. Take your bacon. I like to pull it and get a little stretch on it so it wraps around tighter and stays on better. Just like that. All the way to the end. And I'll take these, all we have right now is these long toothpicks, so I'll take them, break them in half, go to the end point there where it finished, and then back down here where I started. Just like that. We're gonna throw them on the grill here in a little bit, about probably 300 degrees. My favorite part is getting the bacon really crispy as fast as possible, and then that way, typically when I put the deer in there, I don't like overcooking it because it's not as good. So I'll cook it really fast, get the bacon really crispy, and then you know they're done. So I'm gonna do 16 more and get these on the grill. All right, brisket's out. Gonna look at it for the first time. Kind of anxious to see. It's the first one I've done on the Masterbuilt 800, so let's see how it turns out. I did double wrap this afterwards. Make sure everything was good. Sealed up. Looks really juicy. Whew. Looks pretty good so far. We're gonna get out of here, see how it slices up. Oh, she's jiggly. Ooh, baby. Let's get something to get it out. She's a little hot. Hold on a second. So it probed pretty tender. Good. The point is like really buttery, so that's gonna be really good. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know how you guys do it, but I always separate the flat from the point. And here in the Midwest, Kansas City, we take this point and we cut it up into 1-inch cubes and we make burn ends out of it. Not a big fan of sliced point, so I'm gonna get this separated here. That's why I always peel back this piece too. If you peel it back before, it makes it a lot easier to separate. Just follow that line right down and then bam, it's off. So in the beginning, when I was showing you the prep of this is that flat spot I made to show how we can go against the grain from the first cut. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice smoke ring. Slices up real good. Not bad there. Good little pull test. Oh yeah, super awesome. That's one of the better smoke rings. It's hard to, I mean, I get a smoke tube and everything on my pellet grill, and I could never get a smoke ring that good. Well, I'm impressed with the grill, not with myself. I've made a lot of briskets, but this is pretty awesome. That's what you want to see right there. Perfect smoke ring. Cuts up easy. I'm gonna get into this here in a minute. I don't know about you guys, I always take all this, I cut all that junk right off. Flip this over, you can see how juicy this point is. I'll only do this once because I hate when people do this. They pick their briskets up and they just squeeze the shit out of them and all the juice comes out. I freaking can't stand that. So you can see it's very juicy. That's the only time I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna get these all cut up, put in the burn ends, and I'm gonna finish slicing that flat. Oh yeah, we'll call that meat butter around here. That's good. Get everything set up here in a second. I'll show you how we finish it. So I got the point sliced. Hey, get out of there. My dog's getting us up. And then we go with it. Cut off little parts like that. Like that. Comes out. Those little meaty, buttery bites. Wow, they're so good. This was just a 14-pound brisket from Costco. One of their primes. They always come out pretty good. Key is having a really sharp knife. This knife is just one of the cheap Amazon brisket knives, but if you get one of these, definitely get one of these right here, okay? The brand is Rada Manufacturing, just a little 2-wheel knife sharpener, and it keeps this knife super sharp. Good. So I'm gonna take all these juicy little bites like this, put them back into a little pan with just a little bit of Blues Hog sauce, and we put them back in the smoker for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, tighten them back up, and they're awesome. All right, finish slicing up this flat. Like butter. Pencil thick, a little thicker than pencil slices. Something out of the middle here, show you. Ooh yeah, look at that. That's that bend test. I think it passes. It's gonna be super tender. Not like so tender that it's breaking apart. Like that's another thing, people think it needs to be breaking apart when you're trying to eat it. Oh man, it don't need to be like that. It needs to bend just like that, but stay together. And you give it a little pull, and it should come apart fairly easy. See that ring? Nice little pull. Not to pull very hard. Nope. Came right off. Oh yeah. That's one of the better pieces right there. Nice and juicy, super tender, perfect smoke ring. Last thing we have to do today is just put them poppers on, throw them burn ends back on just for a second, and then we're all done for the day. So, pretty good first brisket, I'll take it. So as far as these Gravity Series smokers go, the ones charcoal, your own wood, you can add your own wood as you want to. The learning curve for me was just simply making sure that I had enough fuel in it, because I typically will not be smoking an overnight smoke when it's freaking 4 degrees outside or whatever it was last night. It was really cold. But from my experience from last night, I slept for about 4 hours, woke up, had enough charcoal in there to get me by for a little bit, and then ended up putting more wood, more charcoal in. And that's like 1 log of hickory and like a chunk of pecan and cherry with it. Threw that in, topped it off, woke back up about like 7:30 in the morning, went back out there. It had gone down quite a bit again. Did the exact same thing. Another log of hickory, pecan, cherry chunk, and then charcoal to the top, and then ended up getting pretty good result in the end with this. Also did the chicken last night. Oh yeah, so good. It's gonna be really awesome. Can't wait for everybody to go over here tonight. So, like I said before too, learning curve on every grill. The one on this one though, it's not that sharp. You just gotta make sure everything's clean. Make sure you tend to that fire if you're gonna be smoking when it's cold out. And really that's it. Don't overdo it with a ton of wood in there. I actually used that Royal Oak lump charcoal this time. I heard it's pretty good. A buddy of mine really likes B&B. I honestly haven't used it charcoal in so long. I don't know the difference. So next time I do one, I will smoke with B&B, but use the same wood that I've got now too. And with this little bit of spicy rub I put on there, a little bit of sweet sauce on it too for the kids, they're gonna love it. I like it just the way it is like this, but very happy I made the choice to switch to the Gravity Series 800 over another pellet grill. I had my eye on that RecTech, the Stampede model, but just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I'm kind of glad I didn't now. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this process. There'll be a lot more to come. Get that cast iron griddle seasoned up on there and do some cooking on that too. And we can use the grill year round, so this is the best of both worlds for me. I can smoke, I can grill as fast as I want to. So I'm gonna have a lot more coming. Like, subscribe if you like it, comment, whatever you want to do. Anyways, have a good day. Okay. Little bonus clip here. My dog is crazy. It's like 15 degrees outside. It's starting to snow again, and all he wants to do is play ball. He's a wild man. Ooh, hurry up, buddy. Oh my God. This is what he does all day. You gotta keep him happy. He'll go crazy. Whoop. He's a good dog though. Good with the kids. Good protector. He's awesome. But throw these poppers on. Put them burn ends back into. Haven't not had a drink. I'd say, well, January 3rd I did, but I haven't had a drink since then. Gonna go with the Old Elk today for the Super Bowl. The Brewmate Noser. I don't know what that really means, but my wife got me that little cup right there for Christmas. Got a little bit of bourbon in there. Gonna have a little fun tonight. Throw down with the family. Throw these on. Then I'm gonna grab those burn ends. I already like them shelf. That's nice and convenient. Throw these all on here. Like I said yesterday too, or well yesterday, when I was filming this stuff I did last night, the right side of this grill is definitely hotter than the left side. I'm gonna do a biscuit test on it for you guys and show you that too, but just not today. So I'll probably get these all set on here and then end up rotating them as they go. Ooh, burn my finger. Let's see how they turn out. I'm gonna grab the burn ends real quick. I'm just gonna set these on the top, that top shelf. Sorry, probably the mid shelf. Yeah, it's a perfect spot. That mid shelf on this 800, I'm not sure about the other ones, but it is a little bit bigger than the other one. Not much, but just a little bit. Seems to hold the brisket on there perfectly too. So let them go and come back and check on them. All right, been about 10 minutes. Starting to see some sizzle on there. Not bad. They got a ways to go though. Just gonna flip all of them over. Turn it up a little bit, and then I think I'll let them cook here. So that's the cream cheese side down. I'd rather kind of cook them on that side first really good anyway. That way when I flip them back over, hopefully nothing will run out. Nothing worse than making these and having that shit run out everywhere. But we're about to find out. Let's bump this up. Let's go 400. Perfect. That'll do. Come back and check in a minute. Been moving them around, stirring a little bit. Had a little flame up, but it's all good. That's how we like them. A little crispy on the edges. A little bubbling cream cheese in there. Oh yeah, those are gonna be awesome. Burn ends are tightening up. Just a little bit of sauce on those bad boys. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be good. Get these inside. Last check here. Check on these burn ends. Looking pretty good. And some people are like, barbecue don't need sauce. Good barbecue don't need sauce. Like, it doesn't. These didn't need it either, but when you have a spicy rub on there and you get it kind of caramelized on top of that and it tastes like butter and barbecue sauce, it's kind of hard to beat. So very, very minimal amount of sauce on there to go along with them burn ends. And probably like 5 more minutes and these bad boys are done. Overall, these turned out really good. We like them, like I said, just a little bit charred. Nice cream cheese on the middle. And I took a lot of the stuff out, so they're not spicy. I prefer them a little spicier, but like I said, when you live in a house full of girls, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I made them like this.